Welcome everyone. This is round 2 or week 2 of the North American Online League season 15. Here we have our confirmation emails. Let's see who played. We have our set of 3 games. Our single to double digit Q group, the beginner group, another single to double digit group, the low dance group, the dance and up to 4 dan and 7 dance group. I don't know if they're together. Another low digit single digit Q group, mid single digit Q group. Great, let's go ahead with our scheduled games. These will be great. If the last review is any guide, these reviews will be terrific. Okay, number 1, Struggle Bus. Struggle Bus is a Go streamer. Check out his streams sometimes on Twitch. I think he also has YouTube videos all under the Struggle Bus. He has a picture with it. Great. He's playing Sam Lucy, which is S. Chen. Sam Chen. Great. So usually this Joseki finishes with black extending up. Usually it's a different order. It's the headbutting first and then black extends. In this case, the orders are reversed. Totally fine. And it's also okay to Tenuki. Orders are reversed, so it's not so urgent for black to complete the middle of the no man's land in between the white and black positions here. It's almost always better to expand as quickly as possible. In Go, the no man's land is sort of in between your territory and the opponent's territory. By definition, it's very difficult to surround territory and get a lot of value. This is directly opposed to the high ground, or the middle hill. The hill. The hill is very, very important, and in that case, it's a high location where you can expand and prevent your opponent from expanding. So it's a very important thing to identify the differences between the no man's land and the high ground. Q6 is a mixture in between. Okay, R7 is a good example of the no man's land. Here black is making the stones stronger. However, there's not much territory to be had here. Okay, white jumps out, black jumps out. Okay, black plays here. This is good. This is expanding the top before, not necessarily over defending. This is a very, very good idea, and because of this, I like black in this game, not by the position, but by the attitude he has shown. This is a very, very, very urgent attitude, and this is something that's very, very helpful for us. If you have this sense of urgency, like I know defending one move is pretty good, pretty nice. I know it's a safe, good move, but I don't have time to do that in order to strive for more. You may not play the best moves, but this sense of urgency is gonna help later on in the game to secure more value. Alright, white also plays with a lot of urgency, and a normal move would be to strengthen the white group and then attack black. This move is expanding the lower left, and it's sort of taking over the high ground. This is an example of the high ground, the mutually important high ground we mentioned earlier. Okay, black moves out and at the same time looks to counterattack against the white group. This is almost always good. Whenever you guys have a chance to attack while strengthening your own groups, it's almost a sure do. It's an easy move to make. Okay. Wow. So this double hane is a very, very strong move. And this is a continuation of this attitude that we observed earlier was at P13. This one is knowing, black knows there are some weaknesses here, but despite it, black is trying to be very, very efficient. This is going to help tremendously for someone to win the games. Okay, white also double hanes. Now, both of these double hanes are not created equal. The white double hane has an extra stone, which produces a bit of a bad shape, inefficient shape. However, this extra stone does make white a little bit stronger. Okay, black connects, white connects. Okay, one key thickness, relative thickness shape is here. Push-in is almost always sente, and if white responds, black has basically secured this top right territory in sente. That's very, very attractive thing to do, obviously. And if black doesn't do that, one, white can have the sente, and two, the things that white does in the black shape is a little bit more menacing, a little bit more, has a little bit higher of a chance of succeeding. So this is a very good point for mutual thickness. This move, again, this is showing that sense of urgency again. However, this move would be better served a little bit further away. And the reason is when this move is played h17, because black has surrounded a very large territory here. For example, if white plays this move, the next move is a very big reduction, and white has also some other stronger plays here. For example, 357 capturing 3 black stones. So white has a lot of sente moves around this area, and if white has sente moves, white is pretty strong. You don't want to give white another invasion which almost surrounds the black stones. So in hindsight, black would rather go a little bit further away. White jumps, black peeps. This is a very good idea, and that sense of urgency we talked about is shown. If we were playing, there would have been only one slight difference, which is push here first and then peep. This just, with this extra M12 cutting point, makes it a little bit more severe. If white goes back, this makes the peep much less severe, but the 1-2 exchange is very value heavy for black, so now black may choose something that's a little bit less aggressive. Okay, so in the game, this kind of peep is very, very difficult to answer well. Here, to answer well, one of the things to pay attention to is paying attention to the cutting point, and the fact that black cutting is not going to make any points for black. So if white is able to take care of both sides preemptively, then the black cut would be not worthwhile. In fact, then black would be the one that's under attack and having to pay some pay in the form of more stones to take care of the middle group. So, and if black doesn't cut, then the peep is also kind of wasted. So the first choice when we respond to these kinds of peeps is always to just take care of one of the sides and ignore the cutting point if you can. The first choice is not to connect or to make a tiger mouse. This is probably the most important thing for us to take forward. First choice is to counterattack or to strengthen ourselves on the outside in the form of a counter pressure against the opponent, making the cut not worthwhile, and therefore making the peep also not worthwhile. Okay, white plays here, the cut is protected by this ladder, but black has a very nice follow-up peep, which is this press, and now white still has not made the white stones stronger than before, while black has made the peeping stone stronger than before, so the cut is a little more severe than it was before. Okay, and white just connects. The first choice is never to connect, and even now, even though the cut is worse than it was before, due to the fact that black is a bit stronger, white is about the same. Still, I think it would be better for white to accept the fight, protect one side or strengthen one side, and accept that this would be a fight against a relatively weak black group in the middle. I think this is quite fightable for white. In the game, this is very, very defensive, and here black is able to almost surround the entire white group. So this is a good example of the the safer cut not actually being safer for the white group. White turns. Now is a good time to extend back. There is that peep that we see in the game. So the game peep is a commitment to the attack. This is a very, very strong move. It's like and here we see white spend two very defensive moves, but the defensive mission is not accomplished. There is still this cut that's possible for black. Now the only thing that held black back was this kind of a counter-attacking idea kind of move. So this is good, but remember that white would have preferred to have this earlier in the original peep. Now that black is a bit stronger, black is not as worried about this kind of counter-attack. Okay, in the game white plays this. See, this time I think white regrets a little bit about the earlier connection, and now white's like, I'm not gonna connect twice. I'm gonna play actively at this moment, which is fine, which is good. So white plays the this is a peep tooth threatening the cut, and then the Satari. This gives black a very good counterplay. A stronger move is here, and black would almost for sure have to connect the stones into the corner, and then looking for some kind of a cut against the top corner and right hand side black group is a very, very strong move. For example, something like this, and then now there's a cut on the top and a cut on the bottom. The bottom cut can't be done right away, but something like this is a very, very strong idea. Another strong idea is to peep like how black did earlier, and this is sort of wrapping around faster. If black tries to move out, we can cut and then do this kind of a fight. Remember that there is also this cut. So another idea is to go on the bottom. Many different ideas. When white Atari'd here, it's relatively easy for black to choose, I am not running this one stone out, sacrifice this one stone for the corner territory and another chance later to cut white here or here. So this is relatively easy for black to deal with. Let's see if black dealt with it well. In the game, black chooses to first connect the top, not connect on the corner, but use this time to commit to this cut against the white group, cutting white into two. This is very risky, and the second part for white is not entirely surrounded. Black has a way to capture the bottom, but black's outside is very weak in this case. And so white goes for the corner now, which is a very good idea. This is destroying territory and attacking black's corner. This is a very good counterplay kind of a move. Extend down is the strongest thing. There's a very smart move by black here to start this, to set up this double tiger mouse to connect, but white has a very good, white can just, remember, not protect the cut and just focus on surrounding the black group here. Now black will not be able to connect due to less liberties than white. Just trust me on this, there is less liberties, 3 to 4. So this way white would have had a very strong shape here, and the next go after the corner. In the game, white was clearly a little bit afraid of that, so white moves out with this group first. This gives black a chance to fix a corner. In the game, black Atari is here. This gives white another chance to go down onto the side, and this time the situation is about the same. White doesn't actually need to capture the black group. White can play something like this, survive himself, something like this, and then and then attack the corner. It's a very complicated fight. So let's see, black Ataris. I'm sure white connected in the game, and then black Atari here to connect on the side. Okay, good. Still, the corner is the most important thing now, but this is also very big and very important. So this fighting is now gone into the very it's hand-to-hand, dirty and messy combat now. Let's see. It's almost it's very difficult to play perfectly in this situation. So let's see, white plays it safe here. And this kind of move, remember how black was always much more aggressive than white in this game. This is a kind of place where this is going to show in the middle game, where we'll see white tend to go for these clear, self-strengthening, not so pressureful moves. And we'll see black go for these very high on pressure kind of moves. And objectively, they're both, the amount of mistakes are about the same, but you're going to see black end up getting more just by the sheer amount of aggressiveness that he has over the opponent. White plays here. Okay, the aggressive white would have extended down here to get more. Another thing that white can do is to push here and then push through to capture 5 stones. This is very big, obviously, and if black blocks Atari and then Atari, this is even worse than letting white capture 5 stones. In the game, white sort of considered the top right settled, and we might see both sides sort of neglect the top right hand side, and that's okay. Here we see another very aggressive move by black. Here clearly black is not thinking about the problems on the R15 area, and so both of these players are on the same page. However, this would be, by being on the same page, this favors black a little bit. White survives by making 2 eyes. Okay, still there's a major problem in the black shape on the right hand side. That's gonna be one of the deciding factors for this game. Okay, this move is a bit lacking because you don't want to be so over concentrated on yourself, but I don't see any way to run the 2 stones out, so maybe that's okay. If we are to move into the middle, something like 1-2 and then playing the attach at 3 is recommended. This way white dies. This way white is able to survive, but at great cost in the corner. So black would really not want to play this kind of exchange where we're giving up a lot of value, but that's okay. Where was black's aggressiveness at this point? A stronger move would be to try to cut white right away. Note that the middle also has a cutting point. Fixing the right hand side is very big. If black is a little concerned about the group, then this turn is a perfect move. This turn, if white wants to attack black, something like this has to be played. Black could jump onto the second line for ice space, and then an easy Hane connect or extend. These are all going to be Sente moves. The next move, Hane connect, is going to be Sente 2, and this way black has ice space on the bottom, threatens ice space on the left and the middle. So and also while black has significantly reduced white. That's why that move would be superior to this move. Okay, so white connects back, and here we see that black has some trouble keeping up the aggression that black has displayed earlier, and ends up playing this move. This is for sure not necessary, and we see one of the AI suggestion capturing the right hand side very, very big. Okay, so white plays here another chance to capture that one stone in the corner. You and I, we all know that both players will ignore the top right for a while. Okay, good. A new fight erupts. Okay, great. Okay, this fighting is gonna decide the game. Let's see what happens. Pushing through here is okay. So here, this fighting is very, very intense. When white plays here, threatens to go into the corner, and the next moves like this are very, very strong. If white plays another double honey, if white is able to play all of this, white connects with a lot of territory. So the key point here should be something around here, and we have the move suggested. Secondly, realize white's right-hand side group has all the eyes, white's left-hand side group has no eyes. So here all the white moves need to be centered around or have this purpose of making the white group stronger. And therefore white would rather play something like this move, something here, and force black to connect this way, rather than extending from the strong group, which is these two white stones are not going to help the white group on the left, which is the focus. These two white groups are just extensions from the big group, and that's going to be very difficult for white now. So in the game, if white had gone for something like this, like that knight's move, and then responding to black's elephant eye move at 2 with 5, 6, 7, 8, and then later at 11, this would be very, very strong. A very, very strong continuation from white. If this knight's move and that is a little too hard to read out or uncertain, still play these moves and then just jump up. This clearly is helping white, and when black goes for a connection, we can go after this other cut and split black into 2. This would be noticeably a very, very strong fighting sequence for white. Remember, white also has this left-hand side row up technique, and this would be totally winning for white now. In the game, white played these two. It's going to be a little bit more difficult to save the 4 stones. The 4 stones are the focus right now, and so both players are missing that a little bit. Something like this move would be stronger. Maybe this move, and then later holding on to the top like this. This would be also very strong. But in the game, black played something similar with this. Let's see if there's any more issues for the territory here. Doesn't look like there's much issue, even though white can cut black. White doesn't have enough liberties to do this. Even if black plays here, this is still 1 liberty ahead for black. So black kept the corner and captured the white group. White's 4 stones. This is going to be way, way, way too good for black. Black kept the corner and captured the group. So this did end up deciding the game, and here I'd like to see black connect this and fix that, just so that later when white plays this move, black has to be careful and back off. Okay, let's see. So this way black has gained a lot of territory on the left, and let's see the rest of this game. Oh, big mistake by black. Needs to Atari first and then connect. He connected first and then lost all these stones. Okay. Okay, so the game evens out a little bit, but the earlier gains on the top was too much. Here, black needed to be careful to extend back. He didn't. This is a very good Tetsuji sequence from white, so the game has gotten a lot closer. But there's almost no end games left, and the rest of this game went off relatively calmly. So, wow, very, very exciting game. The focus was to survive with the 4 stones. White committed the cardinal offense, placed the white moves in between the white's alive thick group and the black stones, and because white played on the inside, black was able to surround the white stones on the left, and lets us be a lesson to all of us. Remember to structure your moves so that they are helping your weaker groups or any of the groups that need defending, and do something like this. Do something like this, instead of trying to structure your move so that they serve the strong, the already strong. Great. Next game, Andy. Is this Andy or Angel Joe versus Beau Jardier? Beautiful garden. I hope that's what it means. So this is Andy Zhou. Andy is an AGA 2-dan. OGS ranks are a bit stronger than AGA ranks, I think. Okay, so okay, and these black 2 Josekis. This is gonna be almost the same. Black chooses a corner now. White just extends. Here, you guys will know the Joseki is to give black an ungodly large amount of territory in the corner. It can be very tough to go for something like this. However, once you realize that black's development potential is hampered by the white Panuki shape, this is actually quite okay. And just remember, black spent 2 extra moves in the corner, so don't be so pained by the amount of territory that black had in the corner. This Joseki usually is played with white's small knight's move, then the stone can run. Now the stone cannot run, so this is going to be good for black. Yeah, the move is to crawl into the corner, and this way the same kind of Joseki can still continue. In the game, the Atari is a mistake. This is a Joseki mistake. Don't worry too much about it. And now the key move is to Atari on the top. Black has a choice between connecting and the capture. It's a bit of a tough choice. If the capture is played, white can seal in this group. It's a little uncomfortable. If the connect is played, then white can still play this move in center, getting both. In the game, white only gets 1, and that Hane is gonna be easy. This is not a gain in shape. Doesn't get this exchange, and so white is gonna fall behind a little bit more as a result. This is an automatic Atari. Just do it. White's move at 2 is doing almost nothing, so just automatically exchange it. You're just gonna regret it when white fixes this and you're not able to Atari anymore. Okay, in the game that does not come into play, and here black does a very, very good job of adhering to the thickness principle, which is the corner is pretty strong, a pretty strong shape for black. So now black is going to invade, force white to run the 2 stones out next to the strong black group, and then destroy more territory. So this is a very good idea. In the game, white presses, and a similar shape is going to happen. Note how difficult it is for white to make territory, because black already has this pretty strong group here. And now with this move, with this headbutt and the cut, not only does white not make any territory, black makes a lot of territory. So this was a very good fight for black. The honey underneath will also work. White plays this, and then black connects. Black just captures a little bit less, but no big deal. The white potential is turned all into black's territory. Compare this with earlier. This is what it looked like. So we can see how this is a very big success for black locally on the bottom. White gains a little bit on the left, but counter points, it's not going to be more than 15 points. Here black plays the extension. Right now it's a good time to go continue to attack the white group here. Because this group has no eye space, it's anything that white does in defense is going to be worse. It's all going to be dame moves. Play that in sente. Play a few more forcing moves that gets a dame in, and get a dame, get white to play these dame moves, and then black can play a lot more territory. So this would be much bigger and much more active and forceful than this two-space extension. However, black is well ahead in this game, and black does go for the peep, which it's one step slower, but it's just as good. The effect is just the same, and we will see the same effect happen. All the white moves here in the middle are going to surround nothing. The turn by black is very valuable because next there's an Atari, and there is the threat against the white positions here with the two stones, and then the left, and so on. And okay, and black is wrapping around on the outside, getting ready to attack the 4 stones later, and making a lot of territory all at the same time. For example, black has this move now. Next, Atari and extend captures the 2 white stones. The only reason black doesn't just ladder this is that the net captures even bigger, and the next black can jump down at 4. So black can capture in sente. So white is really struggling in this game right now. Black cuts white off. Oh boy. This is quite a strong cut by black. Usually, just following the same thickness principle, allow white to connect is no problem. Black's corner is very strong, and then continuing to more other bigger spots is totally fine. In the game, black uses the thickness to cut. There's nothing wrong with the corner side. Now all that black has to worry about is surrounding white from the outside, middle group, and the 2-space extension. And it's easy to see black is going to try to connect the 2-space extension to the big group, and white is going to run out of space. Along the same idea, that would have made black play this sequence. That would be great. Black was probably worried about something like this. Nothing much to worry about. Just capturing this 1 stone would be stronger. In the game, black extends back. This is fine. I would just might as well extend down to the side for more territory. Totally fine. But when white extends back, this is now a little bit of a tough spot for black. Now when black attacks white, this is now going to be committing a position here that is cuttable, and this comes with some risks. If white gets a peep and an attach out, now white has a chance to counterattack to both sides, and there's also this kind of direct wedge, which could be strong given that white has this move in sente. This could be very strong. Black Ataris connects, and then white can capture the outside stone. All this is now, so this is now a little bit risky now for black. So gotta make sure that you're always strengthening your weaker parts of your surrounding stones. So capturing this 1 stone would do a great job at that. Okay, in the game, white sort of backs down and allows black to capture a majority of this position. So this is going to be, again, quite happy for black as a result. Jumps more to attack the middle group. This is fine. Remember, we did mention this capturing the 2 stones in sente is very big. This is also a way to cash in on the attack. In the game, black goes for more attacks. This is also destroying some white potentials there. However, just realize the white potential here on the left is much easier to destroy, and it's bigger because when black destroys the left, black is also making stuff by capturing white, the two white stones, making points. So in the game here, white jumps here, it's too hot, it's too far, so this allows black to capture these two stones anyways. So unfortunately, white does not successfully defend here. Black doesn't play that the ultimate move, but even this peep is gonna make white regret the two space a little bit. Okay, this cut is very dangerous. It surrounds nothing for white, and if black takes care of both sides, then this stone is worthless. And right now, black doesn't have to take care of the bottom, only has to take care of the middle. This is a very common trap that we all fall into a lot. White lost the bottom territory and also the two stones, the cutting stones on the right hand side. White probably feels significantly behind in the game, and that's true, white is significantly behind. When you are behind, going for an attack like this is almost never going to work. The better way to do this is to try to invade and skimp out on defending, and try to just catch up on territory. This is a very big move. Next move white can play here. Better way to go is to do something like this. Going for an all-out attack like this is almost never gonna work, and you force your opponent to sort of you force your opponent to run away or counterattack. And if by definition of being significantly behind, if he chooses counterattack, you're gonna just lose more, like here. So it may feel like white has done, I tried, right? I tried to come back, but you could have tried much harder and could have made the game much closer or had a much higher chance of winning if the attempt was made more you know the word, more normal, or more less forced, less desperate. So this direct net is gonna work as we had shown. In the game, black plays the turn, and there's another very nice netting attach, and this is also gonna work. So the only move for white now is to play this move, and also now this is gonna work too. So unfortunately for white, the turn also captures white. So now we see how bad. Now we see why the desperate cut to try to capture the black four stones, in a way to come back, is really bad, because almost no matter what black does, this is also very bad. This is also dead. White has to play something like this, and then this way white would survive, but white doesn't gain anything because black is connected in Sente, and there's more problems later with this knight's move at 17. White has to juggle to try to get back home, and that's never a good thing. So after this sequence, we can see it's just so desperate and not likely to work. This is why, and we do this all the time. We're like, we're losing, we have to do this cut. I'm desperate anyway. It looks like a desperate move. Desperate moves for the desperate Go player, but just realize there are other ways. It's not one. There's more than one way to come back. In this game, white dies here and loses more value on the side, and black has Sente to fix the corner, so black really doesn't end up losing anything. And white just now, before white was in a very tough spot, maybe 20 points, 30 points behind, 23 points behind, but after the cut, After the cut, it really escalated, and it's not just the cut itself; it's a whole sequence afterwards. Now it's a 40 point hole, and there's just no way to come back after this. Now, last thing to say, if you're white, don't feel bad. This is totally reasonable. I see this happen all the time. That's why when I see it, I point it out all the time. I myself, I played a game like this. I was 20 points behind in a very, very important tournament game, and I went for an all-out attack as well. I tried to invade at first, but right after I invaded, I went for the counter attack. I tried to capture my opponent, and the exact same thing happened on a much greater scale. I lost by over 100 points. As the worst, it was minus 148 points. So when you're down by 38 points at the end, absolutely don't worry about it. It happens all the time. Continue and continue to do your thing, and then you're gonna be fine. Okay. For example, see, like I'm a professional. My game, I was down by 148, so never feel too bad about 38 or 48. Okay. Last we see B Zhao versus Liberson. Okay, let's go see the game. And this was a short game to end to round out our commentary. Ah, it's Zebra Bob. Okay, it's Zebra Bob. We've seen him play before. Good, good, good. Let's see. 11Q. Okay, he's a 4Q OGS new OGS account. Okay, Joseki's. This was an empty corner Joseki, which opening, which was very interesting. Okay, let's see. Okay, normal Joseki's. Remember that thing I said about desperation? When you're desperate, it's more important. It's even more important to keep calm, do the logical thing, as opposed to doing the desperate thing. Never feel like you have to do something too drastic, desperate in order to win. Here, the in this kind of fight, where both sides are cutting each other up, it's very important to pay attention to the points of mutual strengths. So here, black could have Sente and reduce white's eye space and increase black's eye space, and this would be very strong. Next, black can still extend like he wanted to. In the game, when black extended, it was very important for white to get this point, get a little bit more eye space and reduce black's eye space and black's liberties. And then this way, I'm sure white will be able to secure the capture against the black group here. For example, white is going to be ahead by over 1 liberty, by 2 liberties. The only thing that keeps black okay in the game is that black can play this capture and have a very big outside development for the future. In the game, white misses it and Hanes into the corner. This allows black to get the key points, and then after the Hanes, there's only 4 liberties for white, and with 5 liberties for black here, it's going to be almost impossible for white to win this liberties race. And sadly, even if white can make a ko, it's still very, very bad for white. So yes, good job by white in terms of actually making a ko. This was black probably should have hunted here to get 1 more liberty, and then play this ko. This way, with this honey in the corner, see how white needs 2 moves. Yeah, and so now this is a 1-step ko. Black can fight it and then move on. That would be the strongest. Black doesn't end up doing that. Black goes directly for this. Still time to play that Hane in the corner. Black misses it, but that's okay. Black is not likely to respond to any ko threat here. And okay. Here, the strongest move is probably to honey here and capture, but that's just a minor detail. Don't worry too much about that. Yeah, who could resist capturing here? This would be very. This is a very good result for black. The strongest co-threat is probably here. Black's not going to answer any of it anyways, and the problem was for black. Like this move is a fairly big co-threat too, and then cut. So even this position is still very good for black. So as long as white was not able to capture black clean, it was very good for black because black already got the outside. Rest of this game went very peaceful. Ah, here we see it again. See, the desperate attack while you are behind, trying to desperately make something drastic happen for you, that is not recommended. It always makes it worse. We all do it, and we're taught this way, unfortunately. At the end here, black was able to secure life here, even though white captured a lot of panukis on the outside. The territory is gone, and there was no way to come back. Black had some very strong continuations as well. This move, play in the sente moves in the corner, and then play in something like this, just playing a move here, threatening to capture the stone, and just living almost easily, maybe like that. Ideally black could live all the way up here and make 12 points, something like that. In the game, black gives up some panukis, which is a big loss. For example, with this move, if it's unnecessary, don't exchange it. This would be totally fine. Exchange this and then play this. Yeah, but still, as long as black survived, it was good. And you see how white just gives up immediately because lost all the territory after going for this all-out attack. Don't go for this desperation maneuvers. Always try to find another solution, another way to come back. If I were playing this game, I'm sure I could come back. So don't worry. And I'm not. And I'm going to come back not with the desperate counterattacks. It's going to be with like sustainable development like this. Make more extensions. Use the thickness principle and everything. You don't have to do the riskiest thing you can think of when you are behind in the game. Now remember, 21 points is not the end of the world here. I'm sure white felt much worse than being down by 21 points during the game. So sometimes you might find that the game is not as desperate as you thought it was, and you'd really regret this part where and this is the thing, this is why we're pointing this out to us. Most of us don't review this part of the game where we go for the desperate counterattack. Most of us just say, oh, I lost that the right-hand side fight, that was game over. It's not. If you're able to continue to play at your best at this point, it'll help you in terms of mental strength, staying calm under pressure, live on in desperate times, all these good side effects. So calm down, go for a chance to win in this kind of situation. Looks totally hopeless, but if you make a couple of comebacks this way, you're going to become a much stronger player, and the confidence this kind of comeback in this kind of situation gives you is very valuable. Okay, thank you guys. You guys can find this video on YouTube. If you guys are watching on YouTube, subscribe and subscribe, please. All right. See you guys. There's more reviews coming up at 8. Coming up, wow, we have 3 rooms right now. Coming up at 8, we have Yun Yang at room 1 and Yilun Yang half an hour later in the main room. And Yun Yang is at 9 actually. Dwyrin is Batsko is on the room 1. Okay, good. See you guys next week. This was very, very good. Hope you guys found this review useful. See you guys next time.